having my license in my Apple Wallet. Why should I temper my enthusiasm?
Oh, I think you might have seen me say this on Twitter earlier today. I'm less excited than you are. I'm fine with flashing my phone to a TSA agent right now to show them my ID, which is all this can do, by the way. If a cop pulls you over and you have this ID on your phone, they're not going to be able to accept it. But yes, handing my phone over to someone, even if it's at the supermarket, if they need to check my ID against, my credit card or something like that, there's just something weird and personal about having my phone handed over to a complete stranger, let alone law enforcement. And then on the Apple Watch thing, this is really interesting too. Oh, go ahead.
Well, okay, so hold that thought for a second, because it seems to me like there's no way Apple wants us to hand our phones to anybody, right? With the facial ID and all the other privacy features built in, won't it be the case that they, much like when you're at the grocery store now, if I want them to scan my, whatever, I just hold the phone up and they put the scanner through the glass. I mean, why would I have to hand it to anybody here? My point is, right now, the only reason I carry my actual wallet around is typically for the driver's ID and maybe for my employee badge. I can't wait to do away with those and just carry just the phone around.
Yeah, and it seems very useful. And keep in mind, it's not just the ID they're doing. They're adding car keys to the Apple Wallet as well with this new software update coming in the fall. So you'll be able to, you'll leave your car keys at home. Pretty soon, the only thing you're going to need to be able to carry around is just the iPhone. But that's exactly what Apple wants you to do.
There's no way they're going to let you hand it to someone. If I handed my phone to you, could go drive my car and, they would never, they've got to come up with a way around it.
No, well, for that, they have that. You can share the key digitally with someone in that case. You don't literally have to hand your phone.
Very interesting. All right, Marianne, let's get you in here. What are your thoughts about both of these initiatives by Apple today?
Yeah, I think it's part of an overall refresh cycle, including that iPhone 13 that's coming very shortly. And these other features on the watch are just awesome. You're going to have to carry your phone plus a recharger, because if you can't charge it when you need those things, you're sunk. Yeah. But just looking at the promotions that we're seeing from the carriers, that's going to drive demand. We think the stock's not cheap at 24 times forward earnings, but this is a very high quality name with some very good growth drivers, despite tough comps after the pull forward in demand we had due to COVID.
Yeah.
So we continue to like it.
A slower year for them. You like it. Julie, a quick last word.
I'm excited to have everything in one place on my phone, but they will have to extend the battery life so you don't have to worry about losing access to your driver's license or your keys because you haven't plugged in for long enough.
Yeah, I know someone whose keys died the other day, actually. We had to give him a ride home. All right, Julia Borston, Steve Kovac, Marianne Montaigne, thank you all for this edition of Rapid Fire Societal Transformation. Up next, shares of